Alright, so today is Monday, May 4th. I'm not gonna make any Star Wars comments. Alright, so on Friday we opened with a gap up, which only filled after the close. But you can see that it was slowly getting sold, and then finally got back to that high volume node, and but that all that happened after the bell, right? Overnight, Sunday opened with a gap up, tested this 76 area, no, what is it, 78 or so, and then also we started seeing some selling. Then this, in the middle of the night, there was some rumors, some news from the Middle East, some missile or strike or something. Then they said that it was not true. Then we moved higher. So now we're trading. If you look at this, so it's a double distribution. If you see the lower distribution is at the same spot as of Thursday's last part of the session, and that, you know, we bounced right at that. The first, I mean, I shouldn't say that because we tested all the way down here. But if you see where the volume is on that distribution, this distribution is almost the same as this one in the same spot, right? So it's showing acceptance in this area. Now what we have to see is do we get below this low volume area, right, which is the same single print and the same low volume on the overnight session, around 72.36. So I'm gonna mark this here so that I don't forget that this is here. So that's the first area that I'm looking for as support, just because of all that. And then we have some resistance up here, and if what I want to see when the bell starts is that I want to see if we are able to get inside Friday's value. So 72.64 is value area low for ES. If we accept above it, I'm gonna look for long opportunities back into value area high, which is a 72.88, and then from there see if we can keep going higher. Remember, we have that target at 73.30, so I'm gonna be looking for that. If I'm long, to just close my longs up there. If we move higher, break this low volume area, test 72.64, and then I see that there's some sellers there, and I see that we're putting a high, kind of like this. Like we try a couple times, we fell. Probably looking for a short back into that 72.45 area, and then from there see if we can continue to move lower and retest below yesterday's low, or holding below Friday's low, targets the overnight low. Now look at this weekly pivot at 72.30, which we looked below already, and the second time we tested just there. So this is an area that I'm gonna be watching, and getting below it, I'm gonna be looking at it as to see if it holds. If we hold below it, then target is gonna be here at 72.06, which is that high volume node, and it's the bottom of this single print. And then we have another high volume node at 71.95. So this 7200 is key, because it's this high is the top of this single print, is the top of this IB from Thursday, and it's this low volume node. So this 7200 is a pretty key level. So let's see the reaction in this area. 7180 is the area where if we hold below it, then I expect sellers to join and bring us to the 7160 area, and possibly more, because at this point this whole range that was acceptance before and we broke from is gonna likely be retested on the downside. I hope that made sense. And Q made new highs overnight, and then on that drop it almost got there, and Q still hasn't filled that gap from Thursday. So 27,622 is the gap fill, and that high volume node coincides with a weekly pivot. So this is an area that I'm going to be looking for if we see sellers today. Otherwise, we have some targets to the upside: 28,007, 28,142. Those bullish imbalances to the upside. Crude. Remember the other day I said if we break 102, 100 was going to be the target. We had that on Friday. Now overnight we had a pretty volatile session because of those news. So now we have to see which way oil wants to go, but you can see clearly what those levels are. 105 and 100 are the targets to the upside and to the downside. Gold, it held this low volume area the other day, 4660, 4680, when we were moving back higher after that drop. We held this, and now we're putting some, we're accepting down here. So I don't know if this could be a little bit of accumulation for another run to the upside, or some consolidation to make another leg down. We'll see. Anyway, today we have a US factory orders, and we have US core durable goods, and we have some auction at 11:30. Then we have some Fed speaking, and between tonight and tomorrow we have some earnings: Palantir, PayPal, Pfizer, and tomorrow we have Jolts, PMI, etc. So still a lot of news this week, and of course Middle East news are gonna affect this market for the time being, so keep an eye on it. I just saw one that came in at 9:05 was that they're saying the US is opening up the strait, which I don't know, probably in a few hours we're gonna see another news contradicting that. We'll see. Anyway, good luck.